If you're a chronic overthinker or worrier, I'm going to give you a strategy that will help you overcome this. I'd use this morning. So I woke up today and I was like, oh man, I was just thinking, right? I was just thinking about my past, I was thinking about the future, I was thinking all these things, but I wasn't thinking about the present, right? So I was like, oh, what am I going to do today? I have so much to do today. What am I going to do? Oh my gosh. What do I have to make breakfast? Am I going to work out? I don't know. I didn't work out today because my legs are still sore from the previous workout. So I was like, I'll give it a rest. I haven't had a rest in like a week. So fine, whatever. Um, so the point that I wanted to make, disclaimer, right? If you haven't read Psycho Cybernetics, just read it because it's so great. It's like the best book I've read. I've read so far in my entire self improvement book reading series. You know. Anyway, read that book if you haven't read it. Um, the point is to think about now, to think about the present moment, because if you do the best thing that you can possibly do in the present moment, you don't have to worry about the future. It's the saying of don't worry about the bet once the bet is placed. Worry before the bet is placed, and then let it go. If you like, for example, like if you're in the casino, I've never been in the casino, but this is just from Psycho Cybernetics. Anyway, um, you worry before you place your bet. So you're like, what's the odds on this? What's the odds on this? You worry about it instead of just being like, oh yeah, on 38, I'll get 38. And then once the ball starts rolling, you're like, oh no, what's the odds? What's the odds? You worry before you place your bet. And then once you make your decision, it's made. You don't have to worry anymore, right? So I don't know where I was going with that. Hopefully that's valuable. But anyway, so you want to do what's best in the present moment, because if you do constantly what's best in the present moment, your future moments will also be better, compounding from all of the present moments that you've done the best that you could in, right? So, for example, I was laying in bed this morning, overthinking, thinking about the future, thinking about the day that it was ahead, thinking about yesterday, thinking about the past, just thinking, not getting out of bed. I was like, okay, I'm just thinking too much. What's the best thing that I could possibly do in this moment that will set up my day for success? And I was like, get out of bed. So I just, boom, just at that moment, I just sprung out of bed. That's it. I did the best thing in that moment. I looked around my room and I was like, okay, what's the next best thing that I can do in this present moment? And I was like, make my bed. Okay, so I made my bed. Proof. Anyway, so so I just continued throughout my day. I was like, okay, what's the next best thing I can do in this present moment? What's the next best thing I can do? What's the next best thing I can do? And when you have stacked the best thing you can do in your present moment, you've done the best thing that you can do in your past moments. So you don't have to worry about your past anymore because you've already done the best thing that you could possibly do when you were there, because you can't go to the past and change anything. So what's the point of worrying about it, right? You can't go to the future and change anything. So what's the point of worrying about that? The only thing is, say you have like an appointment, right? Say you're stressing about a dentist appointment, right? You're like, oh man, it's gonna hurt. They're gonna like prod my teeth. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. But you're going to end up going anyway. You know, don't worry about it then. Like you've made an appointment, right? Right now, you have a decision to make. You can either phone back and cancel the appointment, or you can just go. Make your decision and then stop worrying about it. If you really, really, really don't want to go, call them and be like, okay, I'm canceling my appointment. Boom. Choice made. Now your attention and time, like I said in the previous video, this is a very powerful investment. Your attention and time can go to other things other than worrying about the future. Or you can just say, yep, I'm going to keep my appointment. I'm going to go to the dentist next week. Boom. Stop worrying about it. It's the choice is made. You worry about the present moment when you're in it, right? And that way you will live life with no regrets. If you constantly do the best thing that you can, there's nothing, obviously, like, hindsight's 2020, so you look back and you're like, oh, that could have been better, that could have been more optimized. But in general, if you do the best thing you could possibly do in that moment, you're going to do the best thing that you could possibly do for your future moments, right? So I hope this kind of made sense a little bit. I just wanted to give that as a sort of, on days when you're feeling like depressed, not depressed, but like, you're like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm just kind of lost. Like, I have so much free time, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to spend it on. Just focus on the present moment. Think about, what's the best thing I can do right this instant? What's the best thing I can do right now, right now? Then next, then next, then next. What's the best possible thing I can do? And if you constantly do the best thing in the present moment, you're going to have constantly done the best thing in your past moments, and you won't have to worry. Don't worry about the future or the past, because you're not there. You can't change it. So just keep that in mind whenever you're overthinking about things. Have a good day.